All right, let's just jump right into one of history's biggest, most tantalizing mysteries. Forget everything you think you know about the Holy Grail being buried in some Middle Eastern desert. What if I told you the most famous relic in all of human history might actually be hiding in a tiny, quiet village in Scotland?
Yeah, because the moment you step foot inside Rosslyn Chapel, you get this feeling, this isn't just any old church. No way. It's something else. Something weirder, way more ancient, and just packed to the gills with secrets.
Honestly, you gotta stop thinking of it as a building at all. It's a treasure map. A giant, cryptic treasure map carved right into the stone. Every single symbol, every weird little statue, every intricate pattern, it's all a clue. It's part of a massive puzzle that nobody has managed to solve for almost 600 years.
So, you're ready? Let's crack open this puzzle box of stone. We're going to figure out why this one little chapel has had everyone from serious historians to wild-eyed treasure hunters completely obsessed for centuries. Okay, so picture this. It's 1446. A Scottish nobleman, William Sinclair, decides to build a chapel. But he doesn't just hire local guys. He brings in the absolute best stonemasons from all over Europe. And what they created is just insane. It's a total sensory overload. People call it a stone forest because literally every single inch is carved with something. You've got stars, roses, bizarre creatures, and over 100 carvings of the Green Man, this ancient pagan symbol. You know, not exactly standard church decor. And the cost? Absolutely astronomical. It makes you think this wasn't just for Sunday service. People believe it was a kind of stone Bible, a way to hide forbidden knowledge right out in the open. Right, so if this place is a treasure map, where's the X? Well, your eyes are immediately drawn to these incredible, out-of-this-world pillars. They practically scream, "Look here."
And then there's this one, the Apprentice Pillar. It is without a doubt the star of the show. It's a masterpiece. But the story behind it? Oh, it's dark. The legend says the head mason went off to Rome to get ideas. While he was away, his young apprentice had a vision, a dream, and carved this jaw-droppingly complex pillar all by himself. When the master got back and saw that his student had created something far greater than he ever could, he flew into a jealous rage and killed the boy with his own hammer. You don't get a legend that grim unless that pillar is hiding something seriously important.
So here's where things get really interesting. The legend has always been that the pillar is hollow, that it was built as a secret container for the Holy Grail. So, eventually, scientists brought in ultrasound scanners to settle it once and for all. And guess what they found? The legend was right. It is hollow. It has cavities inside. But the scans also showed those cavities are just filled with old construction rubble. So case closed, right? Ha! Not so fast. The true believers say, of course that's what you saw. They argue that if the Grail was inside, it would be protected in a lead-lined box, a box that ultrasound waves can't penetrate. So we're stuck. Science says one thing, legend says another, and the mystery just gets deeper. So, if it's not in the pillar, is that it? Is the story over? Oh, not by a long shot. We just need to look somewhere else. How about down?
That's right, because buried deep beneath the floorboards is a sealed family crypt. And the stories about this place are just as nuts. They say the Sinclair lords weren't buried in coffins like normal people. Nope, they were entombed in their full battle armor, either sitting or standing for eternity. But here's the real kicker. To this day, the family refuses all requests to excavate it. Why? What are they hiding? That refusal is just poured gasoline on the fire, with rumors that it holds the lost treasure of the Knights Templar or even a piece of the true cross. It is the ultimate mystery box, and no one has the key.
And all this talk about secret vaults and Knights Templars leads us right to the next big question. Who were the guardians of this secret?
Well, you've got two major suspects. First, the Knights Templar, the famous warrior monks. The theory is that when the order was brutally crushed in 1307, a few survivors escaped to Scotland, bringing their legendary treasure with them, including, you guessed it, the Holy Grail. And who protected them? The Sinclair family. Then there are the Freemasons. Turns out the Sinclairs were the hereditary Grand Master Masons of Scotland, and when you look closely, Rosslyn is covered in Masonic symbols. Some people even think that whole brutal story about the apprentice and the master is actually a retelling of a secret Masonic ritual. But what if the biggest clues aren't hidden underground at all? What if they've been staring us in the face this entire time, carved right into the stone? This is where it gets really weird. Okay, brace yourself, because this one is a real mind-bender. Look at this timeline. In the 1460s, someone carved what is, without a doubt, American corn, maize, into the ceiling of Rosslyn Chapel. Now, here's the problem. Columbus doesn't even set sail for the Americas until 1492, decades later. So, how in the world did they know what corn looked like? The only plausible and totally wild theory is that William Sinclair's grandfather, a guy named Henry Sinclair, sailed to America a full century before Columbus ever did. And these carvings are his proof. Suddenly, this isn't just about the Grail, it's about rewriting history.
Okay, now for another clue that seems totally impossible. I want you to burn this number into your brain. 213. What on earth could it mean?
Well, take a look at the ceiling. See those stone cubes jutting out? There are exactly 213 of them. For hundreds of years, everyone just assumed they were some weird geometric decoration. They were so wrong.
A father and son research team had a wild idea. They realized the patterns on the cubes looked a lot like cymatics. That's the visual patterns sound waves make in sand. So they thought, what if this is a code? They painstakingly matched each pattern to a musical note. And what they found was breathtaking. It was a complete piece of music, a secret song that had been literally frozen in stone for over 5 centuries. This means the builders of Rosslyn understood the science of sound in a way we thought was impossible for their time.
Now, for most of its history, Rosslyn was kind of a hidden gem, a local secret. But in 2003, one book, a work of fiction, blew its cover and changed everything.
You know the one I'm talking about, the Da Vinci Code. The grand finale of that massive bestseller happens right here in Rosslyn Chapel. It's presented as the final hiding place of the Grail. And even though it was a novel, millions of people read it, and suddenly, in the public's mind, Rosslyn was the home of the Holy Grail.
And the effect was just staggering. I mean, look at these numbers. Before the book came out, the chapel was getting maybe 30,000 visitors a year. A few years after, that number shot up to over 170,000. It's a crazy explosion. And the irony is beautiful, isn't it? A fictional story brought in so much real money that it paid for a huge restoration project, preserving all the chapel's real secrets for all of us to wonder about today.
So, okay, we've peeled back all these layers: history, myth, pop culture. What's the final verdict? What is Rosslyn Chapel, really? You know, I think it's almost like two places exist at once. On one hand, you have the historian's view. It's a magnificent, unfinished Gothic church. Basically a flashy project to show how rich and powerful the Sinclair family was. End of story. But then, there's the other Rosslyn. The one from the legends. It's not a church. It's a library made of stone, a puzzle box filled with riddles. It's a symbolic grail in itself, holding all of our curiosity, all of our questions.
And that brings us right back to the biggest question of all. What is the real secret of Rosslyn Chapel? Is it a thing you can hold in your hands? Is it a lost chapter of history? Or is it something else?
Maybe the ultimate secret is that there isn't one simple answer. Think about it. We live in an age where you can look up anything, where every fact is at our fingertips. And yet, this one little chapel still holds its secrets so tightly. It refuses to give everything away. And maybe that's the real treasure. It's not a cup or a document hidden in a pillar. The treasure is the mystery itself, the fact that some questions are so powerful we might never want to find the answer.